Thank you, thank you, thank you for hosting our stream. For hosting our stream. Thank you, thank you, thank you for hosting our stream.
All right, here's the thing about the. We're gonna talk about this knee slapping thing.
What?
The knee slapping thing that you've been doing.
Yes.
Let's talk
this?
about it. Come on, stop, please, 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 please. So, seriously, this child will not stop slapping her flippers, like she's like a fucking seal. So when she, you know what I'm saying? So it's been months and months and months.
Look like a sea.
No, it's ridiculous. For months and months and months, she's like a sea otter. I'm from Portsmouth.
What up, Hans? Hi, Blood. Hi, Blood.
I love sea otters. Listen to them.
Welcome,
Listen to me.
everybody.
Yort. So she doesn't even care anymore. But this child who doesn't know this, before you got here, prior, she was this really outgoing, ambitious celebrity merch girl person. Mm-hmm. And I used to tell her long ago when she first started working here. Lexi's been working here for 5 years. When she first started working here, I said, "Don't pick up the bag like that." She said, "Why?" I said, "Because you're gonna hurt yourself." Then I tap her, "Kid, don't pick up the lights like that." "Why is that? Why are you telling me that?" "Because you're gonna kill yourself with the light fixture." I said, "Oh." She said, "What?" I said, "Stop driving like that. You're gonna kill yourself. Put down the box. Don't carry it like that. You're gonna hurt your back. Don't move the table like that. God, you're gonna break your arm." And then, lo and behold, she breaks her arm.
So you didn't listen?
I can't
That's
say.
The thing. We don't. I listened and it still happened. That's the thing.
She flipped when she should have flapped. And what I'm saying is, so for a long time now, when she claps, we've been to award shows. When she claps, she goes like this.
But not on the chest.
Look.
On the chest.
Hear me out. That shit was loud. Y'all heard that?
I love y'all.
Listen,
I love y'all.
I just want.
Timestamp this whole thing.
Ed said, "Oh, she heard. She didn't listen."
I did, and it still
Kids.
Man.
happened.
Han said, "Let's go see otters."
Ort. And you do remind me of a little bit of an otter, now that I think about it. Because,
I
yes.
probably do, yeah.
And now
That's my
she's
student.
her flipper has started to heal. And now and so
Yay.
yes, so we've done this, and this has been like a family effort. Like it's taken a coordination of the entire family to put this together. You know how they say it takes an entire neighborhood, you know, to mow the lawn or something like that? They don't say that, but they say something else. And I'm not sure.
They're very inefficient if it takes the entire neighborhood.
Where are you going?
To fix the microphone. Someone said to turn it up.
That's the first time I've
Hello?
ever heard anybody say to turn anything up.
Hello?
Are you sure? Did you get multiple opinions on this before? Or is this one person that's claiming not to hear?
One right now, but try
Was that Hans?
One person who doesn't have
Was
the
that
speaker
Hans?
up.
How'd you know?
I said it was Hans. Because it's too loud. You know damn well that Hans, you should have asked 5 people an opinion before you just turn the microphone up. Because as soon as I say something like this, it's going to be loud.
No,
Now put a 1 in the chat if this is too loud, because I get loud on the program.
The problem
not too
with
loud at all.
having one microphone is that you are usually the one who gets heard above everyone else.
That's because I have a
Loud.
separate microphone usually than everybody else in the whole band.
But you're loud regardless.
Because I grew up in a hallway.
Eventually we'll have multiple microphones.
Listen, I grew up in a fucking hallway. And that's
I
it.
will turn yours down and everyone else's up.
I grew up in a hallway with 100 other people. And everybody had to talk in this one hallway.
The sepsis
At one time. That's funny.
our new mascot.
Yo, keep it up. I think that should definitely be like,
Our summer.
yeah. Like, you know how like, well, come on, man. McDonald's has the grimace guy.
Right?
Blow a load right on your head.
Yeah, we don't need to have just one. You could have a whole colorful cast of animals.
Have you heard about this whole thing, the grimace shake?
I see a lot of memes about it,
Right. So apparently, you drink the shake.
and then it makes you puke.
No, you take a sip, and then you have to say whether it's good or not. And if you say that it's good, sometime in the near future in your life, Grimace kicks the door open when you're sleeping and blows a load on your
Let me
face.
know if this
What,
is
like the
loud.
Kool-Aid Man? What the fuck?
I hate this idea, but it's fucking
Who
funny.
created this?
What kind of...
Psycho says I love you, Zach.
Aw.
Did I
Damn.
say your name right, Paul? Oh, Psycho? Is it Psycho?
Oh! Seiko.
Seiko.
Oh, there you go, calling him a psycho.
I mean, it's spelled like that.
Oh,
He's a little bit of a psycho.
well, there you go.
Just kidding. I love you, Paul.
There you have it. Verk is in. What was I talking about before that shake? Oh, your poor arm.
Yeah.
So, we have somewhat fixed the arm. The arm, not before we had to call fucking Skynet.
That's true.
I thought fucking Schwarzenegger was going to kick in the door and, be back and everything. Because,
Cyber arm.
robotic arm and everything.
Yeah, cyber.
So, now that the arm is working, last night, of course, we do a lot of comedy here. And, Lexi likes to laugh. And when Lexi laughs, she pounds on shit. I mean, I'm thinking maybe this is how she about to do it. Don't do... We gotta think, don't do that. You're gonna knock Zach clean out with your flip up. Now, I'm trying to tell you something. This gal start to laughing, and she starts. Man, I never seen nobody. And me, I've been in this person's life. You know what I'm saying? With the rest of the band and everybody protecting the flipper. We've been in mosh pits protecting the flipper. We've been in award shows. Blocking and sealing off the flipper. We have had, fucking braces and all type of armor, body armor, casts, massage equipment, heating pads, oils, fucking vibrating machines, personal trainers, neurologists. And finally, this kid can carry her own pocketbook.
Yeah.
Don't try too hard. Finally, And she gets to cracking up last night. And we've made all this progress. And we're just telling jokes like we normally do. And we start to cracking up. And this kid lifts the flipper in the air. I was horrified. Imagine it's taken a year to do this.
Oh, here.
This is somebody's fucking body parts. This isn't like writing a song. You're like, oh shit, copy, paste, or let's put the bass line over here. No, you can't see inside this person's neurons and shit.
All out of whack.
Her neurons get out of whack. She starts smashing her flipper off the ground. And because she's having a good time. You know how it is too when your mom's like, no, when you start feeling better, don't ask me to go outside. You want to stay home from school.
Oh, yeah, been there.
I did that to my mother. She hated that shit. 7 o'clock, I'd be like, oh, I'm going to fucking vomit. She'd be like, man, you ain't staying home from school. I'd be like, but my leg's broken. You ain't staying home from school. I'm missing fucking teeth. You know what I'm saying? And, you know what I mean? And she's like, okay, fine. But come 2 o'clock, pussy. You're not going to go outside. You know what I'm saying?
My dad used to
You're
say
trying to
that.
get me, man. Parents in the 80s and 90s didn't play this shit. That's some new fucking millennial bullshit.
Oh, yeah.
No, man. Let me tell you something. Honestly, if you didn't go to school, my father's dead and my mom has passed away. My father, I'm telling you, if you didn't go to school, my father might have killed you. That's not a joke. That wasn't a podcast joke. You didn't go to school, you go to the hospital. I'm gonna keep it real. All the kids in the world are like, dang, I'm telling you, that was the truth. So the flipper has improved, and last night this kid lifts her. It was like lifting up. I don't know what she was doing. It was like lifting up the Holy Grail or the 10 Commandments. So when she lifted it in there, it was like slow motion. I could see the laughter coming on, and she was about to catch wind. Boy, she took a breath. Wham! Yo, she started slamming her arm off that chair. Hard, dude. Fucking hard. And I'm like, no! No! Stop! No! And this kid is like banging her arm, laughing, hysterical, like a hysterical toddler, banging her arm, the hurt, injured arm that we have spent months and months and months to fix this kid's arm. And she's smashing it. Thousands of dollars of shots, cortisone shots, smashing it off the chair. I'm going, cha-ching, cha-ching, cha-ching. I'm like, no, no. And because no one sat here for months and months and months. This poor kid, and a cup of milk in the morning, folding her little merch at the table.
Couldn't even do it. I couldn't even do it.
Poor
So,
Alexi.
months ago, she's like, I don't want you guys. You should have the saddest thing in the world. I said, the season, aren't you excited? The season's coming. We're going to play some shows. She's like, I'm not that excited.
Oh.
I said, why is that? She was like, because if I don't get my arm right, you guys might fire me.
Aw.
That's
I was
where
like,
mine was at.
we ain't gonna fire you, man, but you gotta
No.
do something about that damn arm.
Otherwise,
Anyway.
you'll have to go the way of old Yeller.
Right. This was my dad. Huh? I'm serious. If it was my dad, you would have read. No, listen. This guy was crazy. This guy's crazy. For real. And this is a true story.
Thank you.
I went in the basement one day. I heard, I said, what the fuck is going on? Now listen, my dad didn't live with me and nothing like that. So there's this guy to come over. He's an old, mean black guy, old, mean, violent man. And anytime you seen him, he wanted something. It's not like he never showed up. He didn't have anything. He just wanted. So when he showed up, it's because he was looking for something. I heard, this wasn't a guy I ever heard. I never seen him cry. Never seen him cry out in pain. You know what I'm saying? He slapped an entire family on the side of a highway one time in the 90s. He pulled over. Somebody cut him off at the toll booth in Revere. He told him to pull. The guy said, yeah, pull over. He said, yeah, pull over. Let me talk to you. He got out and he slapped the men, women, children, everybody in the whole car. He slapped everybody. He went around the whole seat to seat, slapped everybody. And then got back in the fucking car. I mean, we were so terrified as kids. We were scared. We thought we were next. You know what I mean? We didn't know what the fuck was going on. And we got in the car, and that was it. You know? It was crazy. Like, he'd slap people going to the hardware store. He was always going to the hardware store. Told my mother, I'm going to the hardware store. Be on the way, maybe slapping somebody. I'd be like, oh, I'm going to the fucking hardware store. Yeah. Yeah. Anyway, what else was I saying before that?
We were
Lexi's
talking
banging.
about my arm, how it was
And you were banging
smashing.
After that.
We were talking.
Oh, what the hell?
um,
What do we got for openers today? I promised myself that I would at least get through the. Thank you.
You're welcome.
In other news,
For the very first time. Twitter is limiting how many tweets you can see.
You can see.
haven't they been doing that since it came out?
I don't know. They're limiting how many tweets you can see.
Every day. The story with Twitter seems to become more grim.
Mm.
Yeah.
Did you ever use the app?
Twitter?
Yeah.
I use
Put
it
a
every
one
day.
in the. You use it every day. Put a 1 in the chat if you still tweet. Yeah, I guess I tweet, but I tweet on by default. I think. So we have several retweeters that have tweeted.
Does tweeting by
I'm really-
default count as you tweeting or using the app?
I don't know, but I'm really puzzled on to what I was going to say before my father slapped the entire family on the highway. I know there was somewhere to go.
Never used Twitter.
Oh.
Apparently.
Well, somebody like Ed wouldn't use Twitter. He's smart. Sorry to everybody that uses Twitter, including myself, because it's truly day by day by day, it has become less valuable. I think people believe in their minds that there isn't new social media. It's like bands. It's like rock and roll bands. You know, when people are like, dude, what the fuck, man? There's just no bands. You know what I mean? It's like, it's hard to find bands. Like, dude, like, there's just, like, no more bands.
There's so many bands.
No, but people, I hear this by people, you know, and they'll say to me a lot that, man, remember what it like when we were, hey, you know, hey, Will, remember like when we went to school? No. I don't. And I know what you're about to say. Do you remember when we didn't go to school and we listened to new bands all the time? Is that what you're going to say? Or did we listen to the bands that MTV suggested? What the fuck is different between now and then? So Spotify suggests you your stupid fucking shitty bands, and SiriusXM suggests you shitty bands. Avon Fire, they'll play there on a Sunday at 3 o'clock a.m. because they paid for the promo slot. Everybody knows Avon Fire is better than most of the bands that play over at SiriusXM, but they don't play her fucking music. She's a better singer than most of the people that sing on the entire station. But people, but if you, I love Avon Fire, but you only hear Avon Fire, and they're really popular because they pay for it. And the thing is, and if you hear about them a lot, when they pay for it. What's the other guys there? Fucking sounds like the other dude.
Linkin Park?
No, the guy that sounds like Linkin Park. That they all say they sound like Linkin Park, but they kind of don't. They sound like Korn a little bit. What's the boy's name? With the girl that plays guitar, she's always rude on the internet. Ah! Come on, man, it's killing me. What?
Patriarch?
That's them. Why, when I said the rude person on the internet, everybody knew what I was talking about. All right, so what I'm saying is good job. It's weird how I was able to. I could have said any fucking band, and I said the rude band on the internet, and that's the one she came up with. I'm going with it. Give me the flipper. There you go. Don't pound it.
Gentle.
Gentle
High
flipper.
fives.
The thing is you heard about them. They're like, we're fucking riff monsters. Until that promo money run out. I'm just saying, Avon Fire is a great example of a high quality artist that gets played at snack time on those stations. So when people start, running their mouth about Discovery, I always laugh at them because they say the same thing about that. Yeah. Oh, there's not new bands. There's not new social media. There's not new fruits and vegetables. That's like saying there's not new insects or not new people. There is a variety of shit in the world that's new all the time. It's just that when we were in high school, Will, we were forming our identities. And you remember this time Because MTV was forming yours. The same way Spotify is forming young kids' identity today. And HBO suggested shit for you to watch. You know, when your parents, remember the channel that you go to on cable television, only people as old as me will remember, where you go on the television and there's a special channel and it just scrolls and it has TV channels and it says what's coming on the channel later on.
The TV Guide channel?
Yes. Yo, sometimes I think you're old and you're not. Because Zach's very young. Y'all wouldn't know. Well, you would know that because, you know, that he's younger than me.
Well,
For
I'm
sure.
58.
If you're 58, I'm leaving the room right now. I'm leaving. You know, honestly, if you're 58, I'm celebrating. Woo!
Right? I look pretty good for my age.
I was going to say, who believes? I want everybody in the chat to guess Zach's age.
I
We
love
might have to
this
send. We
age.
might have to send somebody something if they get it right.
If you get it right.
Yeah, we'll send you Zach.
Ooh.
He'll come. He'll be at your door. So, the reason why I mention this though is because people will claim a lot that there are no new bands. Like, how come there isn't a lot of new bands like there was? Like who, dude? Like Metallica, Korn, and like the same bands that headline the festivals now? It's not that, you know what I'm saying? It's like, whether there is or there isn't, there's always new social media.
Mm-hmm.
Most people go, I fucking hate Facebook. No, you don't, because you're on it every day. You know? I don't like Twitter. You know what I'm saying? Lexi still uses Twitter. No, but I use it too. And I use a lot more social media applications than people probably ever heard of. Why? Because just like tapes and CDs and record labels and all stupid shit comes, stupid shit goes. 1 minute it's Netflix, the next minute it's Match.com, then it's Tinder, and then it's Grimace blowing a load on your face. The trends never end.
Thanks.
You know, one day it's, you know, and that's what's great about this country, is that we live in a country where we have laws that allow us to argue about laws, so we can make changes. I mean, if there's one really cool thing about us, is that we're a variety of ages and people and colors and nations, right? And somebody was smart. Our forefathers were smart. They were like, let's create some fucking tricky laws because we're idiots and we might change our minds. So let's all create laws that if we change our minds, we can fucking argue about it. What are we going to call it? Democracy.
Oh.
And that's what, and when people are like, what's a democracy? Because some people are like, Uncle Will. I know some of my nieces and nephews are asking me this question these days. What's neurology? And I'm like, relax. Come on, you all see how smart, like, Robert's daughter is. She's like I was when I was 22.
Right, yeah, it's
So I
almost
mean,
scary.
dude, and I know some other children that are so much more advanced. Lexi's more advanced than I was. I wasn't that cool when, you know, in my mid-20s. I was in prison. I was drunk. I was broke. I didn't care about art and cool stuff and conversations, and I'm serious about that. I'm not even
My
making a joke about
mid-20s,
that.
I was drunk and broke too.
That's what I'm saying. My son is 10 million times more advanced than I was socially. You know what I'm saying? He knows how to keep his mouth shut. You know what I'm saying? He's out of the strong arm of the law. You know, he's got a nice girlfriend and a place to live, and you know, and he sleeps at night.
Hi, Chad.
Can't say I could do that in my 20s. I had a lot going on.
I haven't been able to sleep on a full night since I think I was like 12.
What?
Yeah,
What?
I just can't sleep.
Good thing you don't like drink a lot or nothing like that.
Not anymore, anyway.
Well, I tell you what, that's a great way to go to sleep. Well, for some people. The moral of the story is, guys, is, you know, the time that we spend going, you know, I don't like Twitter, I don't like Instagram, or I mean, the pandemic was a very good example of everybody that said they wasn't going to play Call of Duty. Yeah, you are. You know, people that was that big time where people were like, I'm never gonna have a social media account. The fuck you're not.
Right.
If you want to stay in touch with fucking Nancy, you're gonna.
Well,
You know what I mean? If you want to tell, if you want to keep in touch with Gladys and tell her how good her fucking carrot cake was, you're gonna get. You know what I mean? You're gonna get Veeps. You understand? You got Veeps yet, Melissa? You got a Veep account? I know you got Skype. What's the other one? Zoom,
I have,
Zoom,
Zam.
I have Zoom.
FaceTime,
Yep.
Yeah, Zoom.
This is
iChat,
see, there's a lot.
WeChat.
They chat. We all chat.
We are chatting.
So I mean, I know that there is the greatest amount of creators and artists that are on Spotify. A lot of them have never had more than 5 plays. Did you understand what I said? The greatest amount of users and people that upload the people that uploaded music today on Spotify. The greatest amount of people that uploaded that music. A lot of them most of them have not had their song played once yet.
Mm-hmm.
They're looking at that fucking Spotify for artists,
Right.
just waiting for one. Imagine that fucking shit.
You got 1 play this year.
So people think, people go, they'll say Spotify, or they'll say Tinder, or they'll say Instagram. People will find. We'll get to that. People, she's not gonna stop now, but people will find their favorite app. People will find their favorite artist. People will find, and normally it will be suggested to them. Just like a college, or just like your favorite car, or your favorite video games. You play the video games that your friends play. Okay? So it's not likely that you're going to choose applications that your friends don't have, or that your friends aren't on. So if all your friends are on Facebook, it's likely that you'll be on Facebook too. So and the pandemic proved that. Along with social media, the world is changing in terms of music vendors and distributors too, okay? So I know we live in a world where we think it's just record labels, or we think it's just DSPs and independent distributors, but there are new independent distributors that come out every day. And when I'm talking about independent distributors, I mean folks like CD Baby,
Yep.
okay? Even Bandcamp, for instance.
Mm-hmm.
All right, or even like DistroKid, or for you Sony fans out there, the almighty independent Orchard. Orchard's a umbrella independent distributor for they're one of Sony's independent distributors. That's who we're signed on Orchard.
Doesn't Kanye West have his own streaming service too?
You might. He might have something to do with it, or own some certain shares.
Yeah.
But you got Tidal and Deezer and all. There's a handful, and the list goes on and on and on. I mean, even I just to share with you guys for fun, and I hope I can, because it is fun. So I'm just going to give you a list of next generation like label services and people you've never heard before that are involved in PRO, performance rights organization work. Okay? This is probably really boring for some of you people out there, but just hear me out. Curve. You never heard of it before. It's a complete royalty solution and label for publishers. So if you're an artist, okay, right now, and you're listening to this, and you're on DistroKid, or you're on CD Baby, or you got a shitty record label like we do, right now you can go, oh, fucking A, look at Curve. There's an alternative. CURVE. 1 RPM. Technology, infrastructure, methodology, execution, and results. That's another distributor and online independent record label and PRO company. Vistex. rights and royalties done right. You can look up all of these right now if you feel like it, guys. Dive more into revenue with Vista Music Cloud. Volley, the bespoke financial management platform for the music industry. BandLab, home to 60 million creators making sharing music without limits. Vibrate, get premium music data analytics in an unbelievable place. Centrip, the award-winning account for music payments. Whoa, I'm getting dizzy, bro. I need a second.
Whoa. That's a lot.
I'm not even halfway up the Fire Tight, the next generation label for transforming viral moments into music careers. Repertoire, CMCs and CRMs, playlists, royalty accountants, analytics. I can't even see this one. Primary Wave, the home of legends, the world of leading independent publishers. What the fuck? This is the music industry.
My mind is.
I'm not
splitting.
even fucking close to being done.
My God.
My mind is
Dude,
splitting.
the average, this is what I go through. Brain splitting fucking data. So when people get down and sit down with me and want to talk the music industry on any level of it, bro, bring a bucket and a mop.
Jesus.
Whoa, that's the top of an email. That's an ad, this is just with the advertising.
Brain cells are dying slowly.
I just pulled that up.
My God.
Yeah. And bro,
Your face.
so by the time you get to somebody like our record label, by the time you realize this entire thing is a fucking joke. There's some ambitious little musical kid watching this going, fucking Will, I fucking hate you. Dude, I'll send you this shit so you can see it yourself. I'll send you the conversations. You can get into the meetings with me. We can sit in the chat together. I go to these fucking seminars. The music industry's totaled, and they don't know what the fuck to do.
Dude, don't forward this to me. I don't have a terabyte to store this email on.
Oh my God.
My God, man.
See what I'm saying?
It just doesn't stop.
It doesn't. That's how many people are fighting and competing for the independent artist. That's how much they've made a life of you practicing your bass their business.
I'm an easy target.
We're both easy targets because we've worked our whole lives. And why shouldn't you have a record deal?
Exactly.
Why shouldn't you be successful? Why shouldn't you have a couple bucks to play your music? Why shouldn't you get paid for it? And it can all be done for a subscription fee of $4.99 for Sonic Flex Distributors, the lead, award-winning, chart-topping. I mean, how many as seen on TV stickers do you want?
Well, I'm glad you didn't say one of the best, because that's a phrase that defies logic. You're either the best or you're not. So at least your marketing scheme on that is good.
And people will say the same thing in terms of, TikTok and ByteDance and Collab. And do you know how many TikToks there are? Do you know how many live me's there are? Like, people use Facebook and they go, man, I wish there was something else. I wish there was more bands. Dude, remember when we were kids? Remember there was just like more bands? No, there wasn't. There are more bands now on the laptop than there ever was to put in their daddy's garage. There are more people with plugins than there are with amplifiers. There are more people pointing and clicking on the grid, quantizing their drum loops, rather than down there practicing patterns. That's a fact. There are more people role-playing what it feels, or you would think it feels to be like a musician, than investing themselves in making music. People that make music practice all day. It's not fun. And that's why people don't want to pay musicians, because consumers have been convinced that we're having too much fun up there now.
Right. If it's fun, it can't be work.
Well, it
if
can't
it's not
be
work, you can't make money.
Let me tell you something. I can't convince. Let me tell you something. And all the backtrack people are going to get mad at me. Backtrack, trigger alert. But here's the fine line with backtracks, okay? I have to make the argument to the audience, okay, that they should be paying more than they'd pay to go see good old Gladys sing that shit on Sunday night karaoke. That's the argument. The argument is Nancy and Gladys go down to the fucking Peking Mint fucking diner. Nancy goes down to fucking Panda Cafe and she sings a real good version of Simple Man on the backtrack. Why the fuck am I going to pay you to do it? I can pay Nancy to sing Metallica on backtracks. I'm not going to pay Metallica to sing Metallica on karaoke.
Well, actually, the business model of karaoke is a little bit different. People are going to go. You don't have to pay someone to sing karaoke.
Yeah, that's true.
That's why karaoke's killing live music.
Ooh.
Why would you go and,
It's free.
Yeah, exactly.
And it's better.
You can go and drink and you get up and have your moment on stage. Everyone gets to be a star now.
Bro, you just blew my mind.
Yeah.
Holy shit.
Oh, wait.
Yeah, golf clap. Save the flipper.
Save the flipper. Dude, that's hilarious. I'm saving that. Save the flipper.
Hashtag save the flipper.
I love this band.
Yeah, there's a guy in the joint. His name was Flip. I hope he was watching this. He would love me. So his thing, he had Tourette's.
Oh, no kidding.
Yeah, everybody in the joint that knows me knows Flip. And so the first time I walked into, I was on my way out. I was like 26. It was the first time I ever got out. Big time in my life, reintegrating into the world. I turned over a new leaf. I was really looking to stay out of trouble. I had gone into this new trusted unit, where people can, have books and shit and be human beings. And you can have food, stuff like that. And this particular place was like a little less violent because people are headed on their way out the door and less likely to kill you to some degree. And so when you get there, you got to line up in the hallway. They got to assign you where you're going. Mm-hmm. And we got there, and it was good. I had a clean slate. I didn't have no beefs. I didn't owe anybody no money. These are big things behind the wall.
Yep.
You don't leave with anything open. There's no loose ends. You take care of everything. You, as they say in the joint, they call it cleaning your plate. Mm-hmm. So I was on my way out. I was in a unit, and I get there, and we're standing on the wall. You have to stand on the wall, and you have to wait for the guys to come through and assign you to your respective wing and your job title and the whole bit. And there was another resident on the other side of the glass. And as I was waiting in line, I didn't recognize him. I'd never seen him before. Like I said, I was new to this place, and I was looking through the glass, and a buddy of mine was standing behind me, and he tapped me on the shoulder, and I said, "Yeah, what's up, man?" He said, "Hey, you know that guy right there?" And I looked in there's like a day room, like plexiglass window, and I said, "No. He wasn't looking at me." And he goes, I don't know if you know him or not, but he was staring at you pretty hard, man. You got any problems? In the unit? I said, "No. I ain't got nothing going on." I said, "Well, man, I would be careful, because that guy was looking at you, and I'm pretty sure he flipped you the bird." I said, "Excuse me?" I said, "I don't know that fucking guy." I said, I'm getting nervous. I said, "What the fuck are you talking about? It must not be me, man. I ain't got no beef with none of these guys." And I glanced back at the guy, and he's looking at me, and he goes, I said, "What the fuck?" I said, "What the fuck you looking at? What's up?" I said, "What's up?" And he goes,
Oh, shit.
I said, "Oh, shit." I said, "Get the fuck out of here." And I went back to tap my dude, you know what I'm saying? Like, "Yo, that must be what you're talking about," you know what I mean? And my dude tapped me, said, "Look, see? That dude, he's looking at you." And I looked back at him, and the dude looked at me and my friend. He goes, I said, oh, shit. Well, fuck, man, we got a problem.
Yep.
So
Whoop his ass.
he's flipping me off the whole time. I'm getting my stuff. But now you got to fill out this sheet where you put, I got 1 toothbrush, 4 pairs of socks. You got to write down everything on the sheet.
Yeah.
Everything you came in with, whatever.
Yeah.
I'm writing down the sheet. He's walking outside the door, flipping me off. I said, I can barely fill out the sheet. I'm fucking hot. I'm like, this is a tense situation. I'm thinking to myself, I want to go home. Of course, I want to go home.
Right.
I don't know this guy. I don't know what type of intensity this is going to be on.
The stress.
You don't want to jeopardize freedom at that point.
Right. Of course not. I don't want to die.
Right.
I don't know.
This is very stressful.
There's no point in being tough in this situation. You got to be smart. I finally get my bag and I go into the day room. And as I turn the door, he's waiting for me by my bunk. So, to make this story, to even some things out, to ease people's minds a little bit, he wasn't much to look at. You know what I mean? Nothing against old boy. Maybe he could have beat me up. I don't really know. You know what I mean? You never know. He might have known kung fu for all I know.
I was going to say, never judge a book by its cover.
Hell no. But he wasn't exactly,
Threatening.
He wasn't like your typical, in your mind, imagination, prison guy. You know what I mean? It would have been a good squabble. So there I am. I turn the corner, and I'm getting ready to have a conversation with this guy. And I'm coming in, and he's looking at me with this face, and I'm looking at him, and I walk up to him, and he goes... And I'm like, what the fuck? He's shaking my hand. He goes, hey, it's nice to meet you. I said, what? He goes, I know I was looking at you in the hallway. I said, yeah. And he goes, my name is Flip. I said, yeah. He goes, you probably noticed me flipping you off. I said, yeah, I did notice that. He goes, I apologize. I have Tourette's, man. He goes, it's just a... And I said, oh, shit. I said, no, it's all good, man. It's good.
Right.
Ain't no problem. He said, yeah, man. I said, you just do that? I said, it just happens? He goes, yeah, it's just in my... I do it all. He goes,
yeah.
And we became good friends.
Nice.
That's it. That's the end of the story.
Does he have any other ticks? Or is that his only tick?
No, I know. I just tell you to fuck off and shit. You talk to him, he'd be like, yeah, you know what I'm saying? Fuck off. Then go fuck yourself. He'd be like, oh, all right, Flip, I hear you. It's just, he's cool as a motherfucker, though.
Nice.
That's awesome.
Anyways, there's all type of alternatives to social media, not just Facebook. Not just TikTok. You can go dance on a whole bunch of other apps. They're just not popular. Your friends won't be there. You know what I mean? PlayStation's a great network, but a lot of people like Xbox Live because they get to play with their friends. It's not that you can't do that on both. It's just that one got started a little earlier.
Mm-hmm.
So when people want to play live and do like multiplayer gaming, a lot of times they'll play Xbox. They want to do adventure gaming, a lot of people play PlayStation. It's like Android and Apple people. They're the same people.
I'm surprised they haven't found a way to merge the two networks.
Sand Apple.
Yeah.
Xbox and PlayStation, they do.
Apple Sung.
They do now.
Do they?
Sure. Just not on exclusive content. Like if you're playing Call of Duty and if you're playing Call of Duty and I'm playing Call of Duty, we can play cross-platform now.
What's Call of Duty?
Something we'll never play in this house.
Never?
Yo, this shit ruined my life.
Call of Duty?
That's how much I hate that fucking game.
How did it ruin your life?
Because I hate the game.
Why?
Why?
Yeah.
Because the game, at an all-time high, the game came out at a time most popular during the pandemic. This game was extremely popular.
Oh, no, I remember it from high school.
No, me too. Big Red 1 and yes, and zombies and all that. But she asked why I hated it.
Oh, yep.
I hate it because of its popularity during the pandemic. There wasn't a lot of releases, and there's a demographic that goes along with games. There's a certain kind of person that listens to Sepsiss, bro. There's a certain kind of kid that listens to drill music. Remember we were talking earlier about shaping your identities and music and stuff like that? The same thing with video games now. Video games and music play a part now
Yep.
in our lifestyle and shaping identity. There's a kind of person that plays Halo, bro. And I didn't learn this for years and years until we had a gaming community. And when you have a community, just like the Swarm, anytime you have a big group, with a variety of people, you know, people, you know, say opposites attract. They don't. They do in the sense of curiosity, but they don't in the sense of longevity. You know, you might look across the pond and go, oh, and be curious about what's going on with the pond. Like we're curious about China and we're curious about Israel, but we're not in no rush to live like them. And they ain't no in rush to live like us. You understand? So like, you know, you might see somebody like, oh, I never been with a person like that. That's exotic. You know what I'm saying? But you ain't met their family yet. You ain't
Right.
been. You know what I'm saying? You ain't been in their house and smelled their soaps or what they use for colognes or there's different. This isn't fucked up. You know what I mean? But there's different societies. They put poop in their hair. You know, that's not weird. We put in our beauty products. We put petroleum and animal parts and oil and gas products and most
Sounds
of this
exotic.
most of the stuff in this room is petroleum based, fuel based. You know, when animals sniff up on us, we smell like dead burning animals and shit and fire. We think we smell sexy and you know what I mean and Dior and you know Sean. You know what I'm saying? We smell like alcohol, cigarettes, and bullets. That's how the animals look at us.
And animal fat and animal.
Right, we spray
poop.
we spray fucking animal fucking slime on us, and you know, most of our perfumes and our soaps are made out of like pig fats and hooves and waxes that come from animal parts and petroleum.
Same with cigarettes. Rat poison.
Right, like we live in a country that like society. We'll drive past somebody in a $30,000 car and call them a fucking bum, and blow exhaust all over the fucking animals. Like a fucking bum. Wah, wah, wah. Selfie. There's an African kid in a hole digging out microchips. Please. I don't feel bad for these motherfuckers. Bums don't make plastic. They don't have. You know.
They recycle.
Well, you know, bums are homeless people and unfortunate losers of the world, and you know, people we throw trash and dirt over and make fun of all the time and insult at free will. These people don't have factories. They don't have LLCs. They don't have hammers, and they don't write laws. They certainly don't manufacture plastic. Water's for free. We managed to somehow take a free resource. We're made out of water. The world's mostly made out of water. We put it in a fucking poisonous plastic bottle and sold it back to everybody.
But it's okay because there's no minerals or whatever.
Sure there is. When we got a tester out there in the kitchen and we test the bottled water, it's
I shouldn't. No,
it's
'cause
dirtier than like we filter our own water
Yeah.
and we have the tester to when we're done filtering it.
Water
We-
tester.
Yeah, we test the bottled water and the water that comes from the jugs. It's nasty as a motherfucker compared to the water we filter ourselves.
No,
Bottled
the
wa-
whole bottled water thing.
Plastic
is
is
supposed to be that it's
poison. Yeah, plastic is poison.
It's poisoning
Makes
the
sense.
water.
filtered. Have you tried the?
You take a plastic bottle and put it in the hot sun. Plastic melt right into the water.
Water go.
the fuck was that?
Yo, that was like Predator.
Well, if a bottle is in water, that the water will.
That's like you ever seen
Eat it.
It's like
It's
water.
like nature taking over the house when it's abandoned.
Same thing with music and venues.
Right.
You know, music really is a free resource. Music is really something that we can do on our own. We don't need record labels, and we can drink water without plastic and bottles and corporations. We should just drink water because we're made out of it. We should be able to drink water because we're made out of water. And the earth is mostly water.
Makes sense.
So we should be able to just drink it. But instead, we have to purchase it out of a poisonous container.
Yeah, it makes sense.
There's no doctor in the fucking world. Go to your primary care doctor and ask them if it's okay to drink plastic. They'll tell you no. They'll tell you most of the chemicals that are found in petroleum and plastic-based products are extremely harmful to grown folks, humans, infants, animals. Well, I'm just talking about plastic. I haven't even gotten into all the other shit. I'm just talking about just plastic. I'm not talking about cobalt, fucking steel, and digging up fucking brass, fucking ore and shit like that. I'm not even talking about that. I'm not talking about blood diamonds and bullets and lead and everything. I'm just talking about just one thing.
So not even them, like, metal water bottles that everyone has now?
I don't know. That's a good question.
That's good.
But I do know this. A lot of people suffer for us pulling steel ore. Who's digging? What companies and corporations and people are responsible for digging all that ore and all them rocks out? When we have in order to play video games and to talk on cell phones, we have to have chipsets. And in order to do that, we have to have cobalt. A key component to having chipsets is cobalt. How many cobalt plants are in Nashua, New Hampshire? How many cobalt plants are in Ohio? How many Lexi's gonna stay like that. We don't have cobalt plants here. We don't have holes in the ground where we're sending our children in to dig up rocks. We just hire other countries to send their kids to go in there to dig up rocks. So you can't go green until the whole world goes green. The whole world is one thing. You can't have think of the world like your body. And if I'm like, hey,
We're doomed then.
But that's what I'm saying. Like, think about going green like alcoholism. When you get drunk, alcohol, or when you get high, or when you're sick, it goes throughout the body, right? It affects the central nervous system, the blood. When you get stoned, you smoke a cigarette, it gets filtrated through the liver and the blood and the whole type of thing. The earth is the same way, Zach. The earth is the same way in a sense. So, we are all part of this whole happening, So if we wanted to go green, for instance, like Manchester couldn't go green without Nashua. That wouldn't be the world going green. So when people want to go green, you couldn't just, like, if you wanted to be sober, your arm couldn't just be sober.
Right.
The alcohol goes throughout the body and affects the entire body over time.
Yep.
Same thing with this whole going green shit. So it's like you can be like, okay, let's do electrical cars and let's drink mineral water and fucking do yoga. But the thing is like, if you're in a country or if you're in a part of the world who hasn't had coal yet, you're fucking delighted. You're like, oh, if you just discovered coal, you're not trying to not have that. Right?
Have Chris, my mechanic.
Do you see what I'm saying? Like, if you're in a country, if you're in a part of the world that just turned the lights on, that just got internet, that just discovered coal, you're not about to go green.
No.
You just now, and I've been to other countries.
Save the flipper. Thank you for the follow. Who is this?
Yo, that is hilarious. Whoever you are, I love you. Save the flipper. I'm going to follow them. Everybody, please follow Save the Flipper.
Yeah, that's funny.
Who has Save the Flipper?
I don't think you should ever tell, whoever you are. Don't ever tell. Save the Flipper. Can we take a picture of you like this and then send it to the Flipper?
Like this?
Yeah.
Okay. Take a picture. Are we really gonna take it?
Funny.
So I just, in order for us to have fancy cell phones, someone's got to suffer.
Hello, William. How are you?
Great, I'm doing good. You know what I mean? It's hot in here and everything, but I could use a drink of water. Oh.
Oh my god.
What else you got, Lex?
AI trained to recognize waste for recycling.
What did you just say? Are you doing this to me on purpose?
No.
On purpose?
No. AI is being trained to recognize waste for recycling.
This is gonna drive me fucking crazy. Go ahead.
There's a lot of rubbish in the world. Approximately 2.24 billion tons of solid waste was produced in 2020, according to the World Bank. it says that figure is likely to rise by 73% to 3.88 billion tons by 2050.
You said that's poop?
It says waste, solid waste.
So that's like poop, though.
Not necessarily.
What other waste is more solid than poop?
Plastic is particularly more problematic.
Plastic is considered waste?
Plastic is particularly problematic, yeah.
It's a solid waste, yeah.
I just think it's crazy that plastic and shit are in the same category.
From the start of the large-scale production of the material in the 1950s.
You heard that? Now every morning people get up and they create a large-scale production of poop. Every human being does it. Think about everybody together. If you just everybody in the morning, everybody takes a morning poop. Think about what a large-scale, unprecedented production that really is. Okay.
Until from the start of large-scale production of the material in the 1950s.
I think they started before then, but that's okay.
Until 2015, more than 8.3 billion tons of plastic waste was produced. Research from the universities of Georgia and California calculated this. Someone who will not find the statistics surprising is Miss Michaela Druckman. She spent a lot of time looking at the waste and everything.
Imagine that. That's your job. You just look at shit all day.
And she...
It's a shitty job.
From her looking and analyzing all this waste, she decided to start and create an AI system designed to analyze waste processing and recycling facilities.
Right, you suck the stink out of the poop, and then you can make all type of products.
My dad says we are trashy people. Han said we're all just on the can.
I love both of y'all, man. Y'all, I need these guys in my life. I was just saying, like, it's true.
Flipper.
Flipper. Thank you, Zach. So you suck the smell. What they do is they suck the stink right out of the poop.
What the fuck?
They do, dude. It's a thing they do now. They're making bricks out of it.
Yeah, they build houses.
Are they gonna build shit houses? Little shit.
Like you're in the shit house now. Shit on a shingle. No, but it's one of my favorite meals. They're good.
That actually is good.
I've never had it. What's
You would
in
love it.
What's in it?
Chit beef.
Tell me about it.
Yep.
Chit beef and toast.
Yeah.
Sometimes I
Sounds
do
like
a
a
biscuit.
sloppy
Sometimes
Joe.
I do a biscuit. If you're down south, I do it.
Well, that's more like biscuits and gravy, like a sausage.
That's true. No,
That
that's true.
sounds like a sloppy Joe, though.
Well, no, because chip beef is like it's got like a different.
It's a different sauce.
Yeah, it's like a
I don't know what it is.
gravy
actually.
kind of.
It's gravy.
Yeah.
Cow
Gravy and beef.
flatulence,
So instead of, like-
cows farting.
Everybody can look. This is something we need to talk about more. Everybody giggles and everybody gets weird when we talk about poop and private parts. But we need to talk about this more. We need to get over this as a society. Poop and pee, penis.
He said penis.
Right. Everybody gets so. We're still excited about this one word as we were in the Aztec temple. Right, somebody says boobies, and we're all gonna go to war.
Oh fuck! That one was timed so perfect.
No, it's true.
Sorry,
like, it depends on where you live. Like, if we're in New Hampshire and like Melissa goes in and grabs a soda with a bathing suit on, we'll get arrested. But like, if we're somewhere else, we're in Florida, we're doing something, we're in a whole different type of place. She can wear like a bikini top. Nobody, like, if we're in Hampton Beach, no one's gonna say anything. If we wear a bikini top in Manchester, someone's gonna call the fucking police. So remember that we walked in, you had a bikini on. Someone was like, "Fucking freeze!" I mean, it was crazy. It was crazy. I thought they were talking. By the way, I thought they were talking to me. They weren't. I've never seen that. No, you know what I mean? I've never seen anybody.
Just a bikini.
She couldn't believe it. I'll never forget.
It's like I'm walking in naked or something.
No, it was crazy. It was like they were like, "You can't you can't. And she was like, but I can't what?
It's,
Somebody was probably just jealous.
I think so.
She can't have flesh.
Right. It was just
No, it was an uncomfortable
As like an
moment.
old
yeah.
school, like,
That day, it was
Puritan, you know.
It was fucking wild. It was like this child wasn't
The
allowed to
most
have
us
skin.
girls can do is wear a bikini top.
Well, what are we gonna do? Put a fucking bag over your head?
Want me
Like
to
we're in
rip
a...
my skin off? Like,
That would be inappropriate.
Yeah.
Stop it!
No, they
See your
expect you
blood
to
and
just
muscles.
dress in one of those like old Puritan outfits where like only like your face is showing, but everything else is just covered.
And you know what? That's fine if you choose to be that way.
Right, but don't force that upon other people.
I'm with you there.
I don't choose.
You don't.
I don't.
It's too hot for that
I don't
shit.
get why nakedness
Yeah.
is such a big deal. Like,
It only is here.
well, right.
It's not
Yeah.
as a big deal as
Well-
it is otherwise.
It's not a big deal at Cedar Waters either, but
No.
it's the nudist beach in New Hampshire.
No, I know. I'm aware of that. I've been there as a landscaper.
Yeah?
There wasn't nothing there. I didn't see
Well,
nothing.
no.
There. They didn't. It was during the time there wasn't like there was nobody there.
Oh, I thought you were gonna say it was like mostly like Greenbrier
No,
nursing home was taking a
no, it
field
was
trip.
like I think it was like pre-season. No, it was like pre-season. Hey Lex, so I'm gonna send you this. Okay, this is really cool. And
Is this the other thing?
this is the thing,
Okay.
and this is cool because I wanted you to read this to everybody because, yes, it's 10 places that we already use AI. That we've been using it for a long time. Because like some of my friends are truly
Okay.
pissed, and I don't just mean like people flipping tables. I mean people who are actually
There's a charger.
care, not people who are like caring for entertainment or like
Oh.
having like a transparent kind of. You guys want? I got y'all.
My phone died.
Oh no! Would you like to read it off here? There you go.
Oh.
It's all right.
Are you sure?
I think we'll live.
Okay.
So yeah, just scroll on that one. I mean, if it locks
Okay.
up on you, just means you don't look like me, which is good.
Gio said, I don't know what the issue is. I go topless all the time.
Hey, me too.
Well,
Gio
aren't you
belongs
lucky?
here.
My milkshake brings all the boys to the yard.
We'll keep that in mind when things get tough on tour. The reason why I say this is because I think that some people, this is for the people who are getting anxious about AI and fearful of AI and scared of AI. The reason why I'm showing you this is not because you shouldn't be scared of it. If indeed you are. If you're not, that doesn't matter. And if you are, this is not a great time for you to pretend that you're not and be macho. Just be, okay? Fucking A. But I remember when people are like, how are they going to put a cell phone on every street corner? I said, what do you mean, a camera? And they said, we don't want cameras on street corners. I said, you go to Dunkin' Donuts every fucking day. There's cameras all over the shit. They said, we don't want cameras on every street corner. And then the buildings fell. And then everybody wanted cameras on the street corner. Mm-hmm. And then there were some people that were like, what about our privacy? And then social media came out. And now everybody tells everything they eat. They put their kids in domestic pools and jump rope in backyard for all the criminals and pedophiles to fantasize over. We go live at every second. We do. We show everything. We show our cats, the insides of our homes. We put underage people on the internet before they've had any consent. People are like, why are the kids so infatuated with the internet? Because we put them on there before we even asked their permission. My daughter's obsessed with the internet. That's because she had a phone in her fucking face when she was 8.
Yeah.
Or to keep
Kids
them
are gonna-
distracted, you put an iPad in their
Children are gonna look at what the adults are doing and go, oh, I want to do that.
Yeah.
When you see every single adult, well, who eats? Adults. Who goes to the bank? Adults. Who drives? Adults. So kids want to be.
adults.
So they want to do what it looks like adults are doing. Mm-hmm. So if you're a child and the anxiety of the world is to act like an adult and be an adult, you got to do what adults do. That's what it looks like we're doing.
All day.
We're in the bank, we're in the porn, we're in the shop, we're in the church, we're in the head, in the song, in the Spotify, we're in the email, we're in your face, we're in our kid.
All day.
These are the same fucking people. I was alive, by the way, when this happened. These are the same people who argued with me and said that there wasn't going to be a computer in every home, that video games ain't shit, that hip-hop was a phase. These are the same fucking people that said, that fuel-based vehicles would be forever. Wade versus Roe. These are the same people that argued affirmative action. These are the same people that said, I'll never own a cell phone. These are the same people that said, I'll never be on social media. Are the same people putting their grandkids in a kiddie pool for everybody to watch on fucking TikTok.
I'll never play Call of Duty.
What do you think about that? What do you think about that? What do you think about that? The same people who beg to have their privacy have their whole church meetings and AA meetings online. Big exclusive clubs and record industries, it's all online. Whoop-de-fucking-doo-dah-day. The same people who said that, oh my God, we'll never stand for it. We'll never have cameras on every corner in the world. They got it. The same people with a camera in their pocket. Congratulations, America. Fucking hypocrites. All right, so...
Want me to read it?
Sure, I'd love you to read that. So the reason why I'm sharing this with you... Oh, is it good to go?
Yeah.
The reason why I'm sharing this to you is no need to be upset about AI. Not now. You should have been upset about it 20 years ago. Because now Lexi's going to read to you 10 places AI has been for a very long time. So don't be scared. Don't cry about AI now. You should have been crying about it before. Just like the cameras on every corner.
It didn't pop up.
What?
Yeah, I'm
I'm
sorry.
gonna tell Skynet.
The other one did.
10 best examples.
Got it.
So yeah, that's what this is about. It's not really anything. We talk about AI a lot on here because it just won't get out of the news. But for the people that aren't used to this subject, get used to it. Because it's like when radio came out. It was the devil. When rock and roll came, it was the fucking devil.
Joshua McNeil said, "Amen, brother."
Salute. That's my brother.
Wow,
Hey,
Joshua, thank you for 400 stars. Hold up.
That's the way to start this off.
Mm,
With
that felt
number
good.
one.
Yeah.
Ready for number one? Number one is your phone with Face ID.
Oh shit!
Here we go.
That's
so when
AI,
people are like,
baby.
I don't like AI. Yes, you do, nerd.
Because you have your phone with it. And you love it because no one can steal your phone. Like you just mentioned.
Right. We
like a
could
little
take
bit ago.
it right. If we took away, this is a feature of AI that we've been using for a long time. It's called facial recognition. A lot of you guys use it to open up your phone, get into your bank accounts, log into Facebook. So guys, you know what I mean? If you were worried about AI, or if you're really going to make a big stand against it, turn off your cell phone. Okay, next.
Number two is social media.
Oh, stop there. Turn this shit off. Everybody turn it off. So if you don't like AI, turn off the internet.
Uh-oh.
Because that's where it is.
Uh-oh.
Number three is sending an email message or a message. So sending an email or a text, AI is being used to send it. Every day, most of us will be, using such tools like Grammarly and other autocorrect.
And let's not
things,
forget
for
that
example.
that AI will be an integrated natural part of search engines.
Speaking of, number four is actually Google search.
Oh, I for real, I didn't even mean to be like that. This is how much I read about this shit every day. Wow. Wow.
This is going to be everyone's favorite. Number five is digital voice assistants like Siri.
Right.
And
or
Alexa.
I was waiting to the end, but I was gonna wait till everybody's like, I fucking hate AI. I'm gonna flip out. And I was gonna say, well, did you tell Alexa first? Because she
Guess
needs to
what?
know. She needs to know these things.
Yes.
The DMV's big on AI, by the way.
I believe it.
Yeah.
Number 6 is smart home devices.
Yes. Let's not forget that all most of the technology that we use in modern day technologies, especially is like the internet, medical. You guys realize that a lot of our most modern technology that's become available for consumers has been proven, tested, and optimized for military
Oh, absolutely.
use before we get it.
Yeah.
And this isn't my opinion. This is just,
No, that's
just
fact.
go check it out. This also goes down to the technology of religion. Also, books are a technology. We don't think of it like that. Books are texting. That we don't feel like telephone is technology. Radio is technology. We don't think about it. We feel like electricity is natural. It's just something. It's like the trees. No. It's a technology. Tools, hand tools, fire. The Aztecs and the Mayas and the Egyptians, they carved into stone and they made weapons for hunting and agriculture. That agriculture's technology. I think when modern day people, the only reason why I'm saying this is because I think when modern day people say technology, I think they think it means something electric. Does that make sense? When I say technology to an 8-year-old, he doesn't know I mean chariots, the telegraph, the typewriter, the electric guitar. It is technology. I think when we say technology, we always think of like shit on the internet,
Cell phones, and
Call
computers.
of Duty and shit. But no, I'm talking about technology. Technology is usually optimized for controlling knowledge and weapons in war. Like the internet. The internet was a weapon before.
Still is.
It still is.
Cyber warfare is the biggest branch of any nation's armed services.
You got me on that. You make a good point. Not all fighting is physical.
Right?
Force can be used in other ways. You're right.
Well, the big thing now is nations hacking other nations' data and stuff like that.
That's how I feel
Every
about...
day there's a new cyber attack from Russia or China or, some terrorist group where they're hacking information and selling it off. And
even the music industry it's an all-out competition for information. Not music. Not really music. There's plenty of music.
right.
Information.
It's information that people
Data.
are struggling for.
Number 7 is commuting to work, so using like Google Maps.
GPS.
My
GPS.
God! Now there's something that I overlooked.
Like the GPS saying, turn
Yeah.
right here. No, turn right,
Right.
motherfucker.
So when people are like, I don't like AI.
Rerouting.
Oh really? Now you're lost. You know what I mean? It's like,
Because you need it for GPS.
right. That's what I'm saying. Now you're in Harlem. You like AI yet?
Turn
I've been to Harlem. It's not that bad.
No, it's nice. Some.
Spanish Harlem, on the other hand.
No, I went. I only went. For a nice event. Like I wasn't like.
I played in Harlem.
I wasn't like walking around Harlem. At 2:00 in the morning, with a chopper or anything. With the blick.
I think we got out around 1 a.m. Wasn't too bad.
But Lexi's been to Brooklyn.
So have I.
With
I
the-
got
with
lost
the
in
blick.
Brooklyn.
She said she didn't have the blick. I was joking about that. I'm joking. But that would be funny if she was.
Okay. Number 8 is banking. And AI
Yep.
is
Yo.
used for the security of your transactions.
That's the first thing I mentioned. The first thing I know that AI was created for was money. With all this crypto and bitcoins and of course, blockchain technology. What we're talking about here is deleting the amount of human supervisors that it takes to get to the vending machine. That's what AI is about. It's about getting rid of managers and supervisors that can be manipulated with pussy and bullets.
Number 9 is your Amazon recommendations.
Recommendations and suggestions.
Yep.
I was like, people who don't like AI, why? You've had a Netflix account for 10 years.
Number 10 is Netflix.
Oh my God. I'm not doing this on purpose. I just read too much. No
Fucking
flip.
Netflix.
Damn, I'm a nerd. Damn. I don't know if this is good that I
That
know
also
all this
includes
shit.
Hulu, that includes YouTube,
YouTube.
that includes fucking Spotify, Snap or Google Pops, that includes all that recommendation
You better
shit.
chatter,
Snap.
face.
All of it.
Yeah, you better chatter, your little swiper.
That's AI too.
That's right. Yeah, that's right. That's true. And there ain't enough people out there that have set up and prepared to pop their tweet all over the internet.
Swipe up.
I'll tell you something. So that's that.
That's hilarious.
Don't be afraid of AI.
Don't be afraid because you're using it right now.
Right. In fact, so the girls and I were talking, and they speak their own language. Listen. What the hell is that?
I clicked a button by accident. Sorry.
Oh. So, it's my AI girlfriend.
Continue.
So,
Recalculate.
I was talking to my girlfriend, and I was like, girlfriend? And she's like, yes. And I was like, what would you think if I started seeing other people? And she said, like the AI girlfriend that we've been looking for? And I said, yes. So lately, me and my girlfriend have been hunting for an AI girlfriend.
Well, I think there's an app for that.
There is. We can't figure out which one. So now here's the idea. Here's the idea, everybody. William is we're gonna do a whole YouTube series on this.
Gio just facepalmed you.
Gio, you're gonna love this. See, everyone doesn't like this right now, but when I explain to you what I'm gonna do, you're gonna love it.
Hold your face palm.
I am gonna do an experiment. How many guys in the chat right now have put a 1 if you have downloaded a premium AI girlfriend or would consider it? Come on. And now don't now I'm not gonna tell you anything more. Put a 1 in the chat if you would consider it. Seriously. And don't be a puss. If you're really lonely like that, if you really think it could be helpful to you, we have an assistant. She's a real person. But nonetheless, here's the thing. Do you think that you could use assistant, somebody to help you out calculating something? Seriously. But this one, you're not going to have to pay an AI assistant like we pay Lexi. These people...
You got a 1.
Really? Thank you for being... Whoever that is, I don't even want to know who you are. I don't care. I don't give a fuck. You are fucking real. You are an authentic person. Because a lot of men, a lot of women too. Dude, you just never fucking see it. Hope my fly's not down. You know what I'm saying? You just never fucking see this shit. You never see people that honest, especially on the internet. If you ask a group full of 100 guys, hey, everybody in the room that gets pussy, put your hand up. All the men will be like this. But who are they lying to? To girls? They lie to each other. I was like, come on. How many men in this room have lost a fight? Put your hand down. Come on. You ain't got popped in the nose once. All right, now, so here's what I'm saying. No guy in the world wants to admit that he's a complete loser. Nobody wants to admit that he always gets punched in the nose. But here's the thing, guys. No one is a complete loser. And you're not going to win them all. Not every party's going to be a rager. You're not going to fuck them all. You're going to fuck some. So here's what you're going to do. Listen to Uncle Will. Listen to the gentleman that put the 1 in the chat. Because he has the one thing that all the other gentlemen lack.
Confidence.
The true confidence to say how he fucking feels about it. He put himself out there. He said, you know what? I'm not a hero. He said, I'm not a hero. I'm not too cool. I'm not too macho. That's an act that all of you other motherfuckers have to put on. I'm going to keep it real. I'll try anything once. I'll tell you what. You know what I'm saying? Years and years ago on HBO, they had that real sex dolls thing.
Oh, yeah.
I did. First of all, I wasn't going to admit to popping one. I never would. That looked like a dead body or something. I mean, it's grotesque. I don't know how you guys would feel about it, but to me personally, I would never pop one of them real dolls.
Oh,
would you pop a real doll?
If I can afford one, absolutely.
Man, we might have to get Zach a real doll. Can we start it? That's two men in the world I could say are changing the world today.
Keep changing
We
it.
need more honest men.
We do. Keep changing it.
This is a single woman saying it. She's saying we need real honest men in the world. That's hard.
Do it.
That's hard. She put that out there. That's the hardest thing. I mean, I respect. This has made the circle tonight, boy. My night has been made.
She has said batteries not included.
Don't worry, I got plenty of them. Thank you, Lexi.
No, this is hilarious.
Listen, most things today are like rechargeable.
Sure.
That's all I know. There's still the argument over USB-C or the traditional. Like, what do you take, baby? USB-C.
I'm all D.
Right. I'm all D. Right. Thunderbolt. Yeah. I'm all Thunderbolt.
Ooh, it sounds exotic.
Think about it, that's now looking back on the arguments about AC and DC back in like Tesla and Edison. Now you know what the real argument was about. Yeah. So I'm gonna go on an adventure, and me and Melissa are gonna find an AI girlfriend, and we're gonna download her, and I'm gonna record me dealing with this fucking thing. I'm gonna ask it, dude. I'm gonna argue with it. We're gonna have relationship problems. I'm gonna see if it can handle me.
I got an idea.
Sure.
Can we have like a
I'm gonna
show
record
like
the whole thing.
Like The Bachelor, where you try out different AI girlfriends and I get to host it?
That is fucking awesome.
One lucky AI woman.
Dude, this is so good. I'm loving this idea. But see, the only problem I have with this, okay, is that I'm certain. I'm certain this is expensive.
Yes.
It's a tax write-off.
Hold on.
If you're making it a show, it's a tax write-off.
Damn, that's real. Oh, can I say something about that though? You gotta be careful as a creator.
Yeah.
With that. Yeah, they're really fucking weird about taxes as a self-employed creator. Be careful. They don't want to give us nothing. It's basically like, what is it? Don't we get only like 10% of what the average person gets for like the average company, like an average office, can claim all of a stapler. We can only claim 10% of it.
Oh, that's lame. Because it's a work expense?
Because we're musicians.
That makes sense. I mean, it doesn't, but I can see why they would screw you like that.
Yeah, it's fucking weird.
Musicians are easy targets.
Like, it was this year, too, like, taxes really changed for musicians and creators, like, this year. So when people are like, do you guys do this shit professionally? And I'm like, are you asking me if we make music professionally or we're professional entertainers? And they're like, well, I'm like, how do you define something as being professional? And then people ask me all the time, how do I define it? To me, it's professional if you pay your bills and groceries with it. That's what I say. So if you're whatever activities that you do that you buy food with, and pay your bills with, but most certainly these 4 things. Ready? It's professional. People say, when am I a professional musician, William? And this is my answer. You are a professional musician, or you're a professional entertainer. Because as you know, entertainers and musicians must wear, musicians and entertainers must wear different in a variety of hats for the job. So even though musicians and entertainers wear a variety of hats, I tell musicians and entertainers that they can consider themselves successful as William's role, as in William's definition. You are a professional entertainer when you buy your groceries with it, when you pay your bills with it? Most certainly, when you claim it on your taxes or report the activity on your taxes. And for certain, when you introduce yourself by what you love, not by what you're employed to do. You're a professional when you can introduce yourself as what you love doing rather than how you make your money. That's when you're professional.
That's actually pretty close to the actual definition.
Really? Because I made all of that up.
Oh, the actual definition, according to AI, is engaged in a specific activity as one's main paid occupation rather than as a pastime, i.e., a professional boxer.
Wow. Wow. I've never read
Thanks,
that before.
Google.
Yeah, that's real. I think the only discrepancy was they were like, you need to make your money with it. So I guess there was a little bit of mumbo jumbo human shit I put in there about love or something like that.
Well, you did say if, you know...
That didn't say anything about love.
No.
I'm not saying it disagreed with me, but AI don't know what that is, does it?
AI isn't a sentient being, so it doesn't know what love is.
Right. It couldn't have said what I said.
And
That's
also,
weird.
in order to use
Oh my
AI,
God.
it takes a human input.
That's so weird. Look at what just happened, though. You guys are like, I was able to, like, I set myself up to describe what I thought as a human being, what professional meant. And at the end of it, I'm like, when you can present yourself and introduce yourself by what you love to do first versus how you make your bread. When you're that accomplished. Because let's face it, by the time you can say, hi, I'm William the musician, you're confident because you've collected on your taxes, you've got your, you know what I'm saying? You've done all these things that, you know, you have predictably challenged yourself under the terms of being successful. You've already crossed these T's and checked these boxes. Post-production, pre-production, to where, you know, you've completed the circle and you've said, yes, sure, I collect, I collect money for this activity, and I have learned to budget and allocate my fiscal responsibilities to the point where I can eat and survive, you know, put gas in my car, clean my teeth, buy a new wallet, head to the venue. That's pretty professional to me, man. You know, are you professional because you're on Spotify? No. Are you professional because you signed a record deal? Or because you went on a movie? There's a lot of people that might be on a movie set that act unprofessional. You know? There are a lot of people on Google that, I mean, Charles Manson has a Spotify. Is he professional? R. Kelly has a Spotify. Was he a professional? Well, he has Grammys and all kinds of other shit. Well, he's been all over the world. Is he a professional?
I mean, that's the difference between being a professional and acting professional.
Because I think being an entertainer,
because I guess
committing crimes at the same time isn't very professional.
Well,
do you know what I mean?
Wouldn't that be like using it as an adjective?
Yeah, it would.
Yeah. Well, no, adjective would be to describe a career.
That's his career. He made a lot of money pissing on people and all that. Think of how much money, you know what I'm saying? Think of how much, you know, that got in publicity.
Right.
That's a hell of a promo campaign.
Yeah. Oh, God, yeah.
Well, it'd be different if he made music about boats. He makes music about having sex. 90% of his music is about having sex.
It's the remix edition to a song
so he went to
about
jail.
pissing.
Yeah, he went to jail. That's crazy. I'm not the judge. I'm not the jury. I don't even care. I'm just saying, like, in terms of, it's the wrong place for that. Guys, it's 8:41. Do you have any stories?
Yeah.
Well, I was gonna say, speaking of professional and making money,
I was gonna slide out and
I thought you were gonna give a shout out to the sponsor.
Which one? The ones that pay us the most? Let's go with them.
There you go.
Everybody, I know. I thought it'd
be a good segue.
Yeah, and it really is. So, and it's true. I really do need a brand new pair of Eargasm earplugs. I think it's because we didn't put them out. That's what got me. Yeah, guys, Eargasm earplugs are my favorite earplugs, and if you buy them and you use promo code Sepsiss Band, all caps, one word. If you do use the promo code, you'll save yourself a pretty penny, and you'll also really help the band. They pay us immediately upon you purchasing. Not like some endorsements or sponsorships or companies that promise bands will get paid if they work with them. We've been with Eargasm for over a year, and these guys are great. They're on time. They help us out with gas money, and I can still hear most of the time. If it wasn't for them, I'd probably hear a lot less.
Eargasm earplugs. They also have some for kids.
Some
This is
say
so
they're better
happy.
than an eargasm.
Do you want me to do another
Sure,
story?
we'll do one more, and I'm gonna try
One
to see if
more?
we can slide out because I think they're gonna pop some fireworks off.
Yeah, I already heard the ghetto work starting, so.
Okay,
I
let's
have
get
a
it.
fun one. The newest lead singer of Journey, he is fed up with the band so much that he wants them to fire him.
That sounds like an old Sepsiss story.
Well, you got.
Melissa's laughing, but that's happened in so many times. Like, we've had so many band members, like, in the past 10 years that have been, like, suicide by goofball.
Does he want to collect, like, unemployment for them or something? Like, why didn't you just quit?
No, some people, I'm going to tell you why, man. Ego, man. It's tough for people to feel like they surrender to something. They feel like they throwing in the towel. You know, because people make promises in front of your face over and over and over again. You know what I mean? And people sign up and they commit to shit. And they go, now the only way out, you know, is if I treat this woman crazy. The only way to get out this marriage is if I start behaving poorly. The only way out of this friendship, because once you do wrong, you do more wrong, brother.
Thanks.
You know? It's like, you know, I already cheated on her. So, you know, here's somebody new in front of me on a Saturday night. I already did it before, you know. I've already crossed that line. Once you do wrong, you do more wrong. You know what I'm saying? You smoked a cigarette. You lied about it to your dad. You know, now you're a smoker, right? It's like, no, you're not a smoker yet. You could just stop smoking now. But people, human beings, some about people, they'll be like, I stole it. But yeah, but you stole 3 weeks ago. Why don't you just have it stop there? I'm already a thief. I'm already on the wrong side of the law. No, you're not.
No,
you could
there's-
just change your life, you
Right.
know?
It's
I
not too late.
relapsed. I've had a drink. Okay, well, just stop there.
Right. Don't.
You know,
Don't
no, you don't
go
understand.
further.
I'm a severe alcoholic. I drank for 15 years. I had a beer last night. The whole world's coming down. No, it isn't. If you just were to stop right this second. Continue stopping. Don't go, oh, I had one drink. I had a cigarette now. Fuck that. It's Marlboros and, you know. Look, man. That's not, you know what I mean? Sometimes it ain't, you know, sometimes it ain't like that. We got to give ourselves a little bit more of a chance than that. That's all. Give yourself a chance. Melissa will give you a chance. But what happens is people make commitments. It's hard, you know. It's in the modern day world. It's hard. It's not a lot of time to be somebody's friend. It takes time to be a good friend. I know. I've been a good friend and a bad friend. But only really great friends are the kind of friends that know when they've been bad friends. You know, I've got the experience for this. So I've lived on both sides of the law. You know, how are you going to teach about alcoholism if you never took a drink? You know, it'd be the burden of somebody else to say, you know, if me and Melissa together for 10 years and all of a sudden we break up, right? It's like, oh my God. And I go to you and say, oh, she was such a terrible person. Well, you go, that's weird. She was so terrible that you were with her for a decade. Wonder what her story is. You know, and then you go to her and she says, oh, that William, he was just so terrible. You say, well, you know, he said the same thing about you. And you realize, you know, you realize that
It was Lexi's fault the whole time.
timestamp.
Just kidding.
I didn't do it.
No, but you realize that, you know, it takes two to tango. You know what I mean? And you know what I mean, and that you know, two people can't really share the same problem with two more people and two more people. It's got to, you know, these things got to be, there's no such thing as mutual respect. You know, it's got to be established between one and another person. And then that respect can be shared. But the only mutual respect that can be really established is between two people. Because they can both agree that bedtime's at 9 o'clock. As soon as you start to think about what's respectful for the rest of the apartment, it changes. Because somebody works a third shift. So everybody's idea of what's respectful starts to change. Because everybody's making any money. Everybody doing what they feel they just need to do to survive. You understand? Mm-hmm. So, yeah, that's it for the evening.
Thank you guys for hanging
out. All right, everybody give it a flipper.
Happy 4th.
Bye, guys. Save the flipper.
Save the flipper.